This is a demonstration of painted warp and weft for beginning fiber students, and this is an example of a completed weaving, plain weave with a painted warp and weft. And so what we're going to do is apply fiber reactive dyes to the fiber prior to the weaving. So this is a finished piece. This is how the fiber will look after it's painted, rinsed, and dried. So I've asked each student to dye colors that represent them, their personality, colors they like to wear or live with in their environment. So as you can see, they're very colorful, very beautiful. These are ready to weave. The first step, of course, is to wind the warp and weft, which Katie has done. And you always need rubber gloves for dye work, for safety. We're very concerned about being safe as we do this. And this is how the warp will look after it's measured on the warping board. It's been soaking in a solution of water and synthropol, which is a soap that we use to wash any fabric that we intend to dye. This removes all the, if there's any sizing in the cloth, anything that would inhibit the cloth from absorbing the dye. So the warp and the weft have been soaking in this cleaning solution for about 15 minutes. Now what we're going to do is rinse it. So I'm going to take it to the sink. Just rinse in clear water and squeeze the fiber. You don't want it too wet when you're painting. If you do that, it's like overloading your paintbrush. I'm going to bring, I'll just lay that here and do the other one. The next thing you do is you have your cloth on a table prepared, protected with plastic, and you unchain the warp and spread it out on your prepared surface. And then you unchain your weft, because today we're going to be painting the warp and the weft. So this continuous circle is the weft. The longer part are the fibers that get dressed on the loom for weaving. Okay, so these are ready to paint. So the chemicals are already in the cup. We're going to start with a light turquoise. And we have a very simple way of determining whether or not we have the color that we want in the cup. We just use a paper towel and we put just a dot of the dye on the paper towel, and then we decide. Now, if you want to raise the value of the color, you would add more dye painting medium. If you want to lower the value, you add black. Okay, so I'm assuming that that's a good turquoise for now. So to get a darker turquoise, then what you would do is either put more dye in the cup, which we'll do. We're going to put now more dye than we did in the first cup. So the only difference in that solution is that there's less dye. Okay. Katie? Is that brown to red?
Yeah. It's more of a like the chocolatey brown.
I might have gone too far the other way. When you're weaving, you have some loom waste
Right.
at each end. So it's okay if you want to paint all the way to the end, but you know, maybe you want to practice on that end.
Mm-hmm.
But you just want to dip in to your color. Now, as you begin to paint, you can blend as much as you want. I somehow have yellow and green on my gloves, so I need to clean that out. So even though you may start with only 4 colors, as you paint and the colors come together, and especially after you weave them, new colors will be created. And so you'll get a wonderful color range. And every now and then you want to check and see if it's gone to the other side. It's not going all the way through, so you can either work it down in more or turn it over and paint the other side in the same colors. So would you like to try?
Sure.
Is that okay? It may have absorbed some color, you know, while you paint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, neat.